The Boston Celtics have always been known for their consistency and excellence, but recently, their performances have raised more questions than answers. How does a team of such caliber lose games they should dominate? This inconsistency has sparked intense debates about whether the current roster is built for a championship or if changes are necessary before it's too late. As the NBA trade deadline approaches, rumors are swirling. While significant trades may seem unlikely for a title-contending team, whispers of a blockbuster deal involving Jrue Holiday have begun to surface. Could Boston be considering parting ways with the defensive anchor in exchange for a more balanced roster? The proposed trade, created using SpotTrack's tool, would involve the Celtics receiving Jakob Poeltl from the Toronto Raptors and Luke Kennard from the Memphis Grizzlies. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies would get Jrue Holiday and a 2026 second-round draft pick, while the Raptors would receive Marcus Smart and a 2025 first-round pick. The idea of losing Jrue Holiday might be difficult for Boston fans to accept, given his defensive impact and experience on the team. However, Peyton Pritchard's rise this season offers an intriguing alternative. Holiday's departure would create cap space and address an even bigger issue for the Celtics: the urgent need to strengthen their frontcourt. Poeltl, with his ability to protect the paint and his average of 14.8 points and 10.6 rebounds per game, would be the missing piece to complement Kristaps Porzingis' game, who has a history of injuries. Kennard, with his 46.5% three-point shooting accuracy, would bring the type of shooter the Celtics need to improve spacing on offense. This trade could be the strategic move necessary for Boston to improve the team in critical areas, but the question remains: is it worth the risk of losing Holiday, a key defensive leader, in exchange for Poeltl and Kennard? Saying that Jrue Holiday has been a burden for the Celtics is almost heresy for most fans, but we cannot ignore that his presence, while crucial defensively, may be doing more harm than good. He arrived as a reinforcement to elevate Boston's defense, but is his lack of offensive consistency really balancing the team? Holiday has been a key player in clutch moments, but perhaps it's time to prioritize a more dynamic offensive team. As valuable as he is on the perimeter, his scoring ability remains a liability, especially on a team struggling to find offensive balance. If the trade for Poeltl and Kennard improves offensive spacing and provides a presence in the paint, might it be a necessary risk? Peyton Pritchard's rise in 2025 has been one of the strongest signs that Boston is ready to reinvent itself. But is he ready to carry Holiday's defensive and playmaking responsibilities? He has proven effective in the minutes he gets, but his defense doesn't come close to Holiday's intensity. At the same time, his ability to produce efficiently on offense could be exactly what the Celtics need to open up more space for Tatum and Brown. The question is, can Pritchard be the future of Boston's defense, or will his offensive ability be the factor that propels the team toward a championship? A team with Boston's tradition doesn't easily part with key pieces, but are they aware that the league has evolved? And to be champions, they need to move beyond the style that has worked in the past. Holiday's elite defense is important, but perhaps the Celtics need something more. The addition of Poeltl and Kennard could bring a new, more modern and dynamic style of play, but this could mean losing the defensive identity that has always been the heart of the team. Is Boston willing to trade some of its defensive soul to make room for a more offensive and versatile style? Jaylen Brown reveals the challenge of a new role with the Celtics. What happens when the role that defined you as a star is suddenly changed? For Jaylen Brown, this isn't a hypothetical question. It's the reality he faces this season. The Boston Celtics star admitted that adjusting to a new role has been a challenge, but could this shift be exactly what the team needs? The 2025 season began with instability for the reigning NBA champions. Despite holding on to the second spot in the Eastern Conference, the Celtics have alternated between wins and losses in their last 7 games. This inconsistency highlights one crucial point: something is still out of place. The chemistry among the starters, which has been disrupted by injuries throughout the season, seems to be one of the main factors. Jaylen Brown, known for his offensive impact and scoring ability, revealed in a post-game interview that he has had to reinvent himself. "I had to adjust. This is a different year," Brown said to NBC Sports Boston. "I'm doing what the team needs me to do. I've evolved in various aspects of my career, and now I see myself as a playmaker. I'm embracing it, trying to improve in this role and continue doing my job." Brown is putting up solid averages: 23.3 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game. However, his reduced role as the primary scorer may be contributing to the team's offensive struggles. The Celtics have recently had trouble surpassing 100 points in losses, a statistic that raises doubts about the effectiveness of their current strategy. At the same time, Derek White, another key starter, is also facing challenges in maintaining his consistency. Coach Joe Mazzulla believes the team will flip the switch in the playoffs. But with teams like the Pacers, Bucks, and Hawks surging in the East, is time on Boston's side? Is Jaylen Brown, one of the Celtics' top scorers, being underutilized by being molded into a playmaker? It's worth questioning whether this change is distracting from his true abilities. Brown has the potential to win games with his scoring, so why turn him into a facilitator? While the argument is that the team needs balance, could they be sacrificing what Brown does best? A strategy focused on his scoring could not only improve offensive results, but also ease the pressure on other players like Derek White, who has struggled with consistency. Although both are elite players, it's possible that one's success is limiting the other. Their chemistry doesn't always seem to work perfectly, especially when one is forced into a major adjustment. Perhaps it's time to question whether the Celtics should reconsider the dynamics of this duo. Would it be more effective to free up Jaylen Brown to lead a team as the main star elsewhere? This could allow him to reach his full potential without the shadow of Tatum, while Boston could explore alternative strategies. The idea that the team comes first is often praised, but is this approach becoming a burden for Jaylen Brown? Many elite players thrive in environments where they have complete freedom to explore their game. Asking an athlete like Brown to sacrifice his identity as a scorer for the sake of the team might seem noble, but in the long run, it could hurt the player's morale and the team's performance. Are the Celtics focusing too much on the collective and forgetting the individuality that brought them success in the past? Coach Joe Mazzulla has made significant tactical changes, but does he truly understand the potential of his roster? The team's performance fluctuations suggest that they are still trying to find their identity. Mazzulla may be asking too much from players like Brown and White, pushing them out of their comfort zones. Is he going too far in his attempts to innovate, when what really worked in the past was allowing players to play the way they know how? Hey Celtics fanatics, what do you think of this news? Leave your opinion in the comments, as it's highly valued.